Hello and welcome to one and all. In this class, we will check out the next question, the budget line or the price line of the consumer. So SAQ 9, how do you define budget line of the consumer? Now first let us check out what is the meaning of budget line. So a budget line shows all those combinations of two goods which the consumer can buy with the given money income at their given prices. So if you remember the assumptions of indifference curve, we assume the money income and the prices of the commodities to remain constant, and based on that what is the indifference curve. So all those combinations on the indifference curve is going to give the same level of satisfaction. So this budget should allow him, that is his money income and prices should allow him. So based on his budget, let us check out how much units of commodity X and commodity Y he can purchase with the help of a numerical example. Okay, so it is not that he keeps on sacrificing certain units of commodity Y in order to get commodity X. It is not that he keeps on sacrificing certain quantities of mangoes in order to purchase another unit of commodity orange. It is not as simple as that. He has to pay additional price for every additional unit of orange, isn't it? So his budget, his money income should allow that. Okay, so taking the money income and the prices of the goods, let us assume what are all the possible combinations of commodity X and commodity Y the consumer can afford. So this is with the help of a numerical example. So the example, let us assume, suppose the consumer has 100 rupees, that is his money income, to buy two goods X and Y. And we are also assuming, for the sake of convenience, his entire 100 rupees money income is spending on commodity X and commodity Y. And this price of commodity X is rupees 20 and price of commodity Y is rupees 10. So throughout our experiment, we are assuming, this is like the assumption, this money income of 100 rupees is remaining constant and the price of X and price of Y are also not changing from 20 and 10 rupees respectively. The money income of the consumer is also neither increasing nor decreasing. It is remaining constant as 100 rupees. So with this given money income and with this given prices of commodity X and Y, let us check out what are all the various possible combinations the consumer can afford. Okay, so what he can do, suppose let us assume if he is spending his entire money income on commodity X. So the entire 100 rupees he is spending on commodity X, how many units he will be able to purchase? So he will be able to purchase 5 units of commodity X, because 5 into 20, he is spending his entire money income on commodity Y. So nothing is left for commodity X. Nothing is left for the consumer to purchase commodity Y, because we have assumed the price of X is rupees 20. So the first combination, 5 units of commodity X and 0 units of commodity Y. Okay, so that is one extreme, and the another extreme is the combination 6. On the other hand, if he wants to if he wishes to spend in the entire money income on commodity Y, so how many units he can purchase? He can purchase 10 units of commodity Y. So because 10 into 10, his entire money income will be spent on commodity Y. So in this case, he will not be purchasing any unit of commodity X, and in the first case he will not be purchasing any unit of commodity Y. So these two are the extreme. But our rational consumer, he wants to consume both commodity X and commodity Y. Okay, so under those circumstances, what are all the combinations available to him? So either he can purchase 4 units of X. So 4 units of X, how much is spending? 4 into 20 is equal to 80, and 2 units of Y plus 2 into 10 is equal to 20. So what happens? 80 plus 20 is entire money income is spent on commodity X and commodity Y. So like that, either he can purchase 4 units of commodity X and 2 units of Y, 3 units of X and 4 units of Y. So 3 into 20, he is spending 60 rupees on commodity X, and the remaining 40 rupees he is spending on commodity Y. So 4 into 10, 40. That is the third combination. Or what he can do, he can purchase 2 units of commodity X. So how much he is spending? 2 into 20, he is spending 40 rupees on commodity X, plus how much is remaining? 60 rupees is remaining that he is spending on commodity Y. Or the next one more combination available to him, either he can purchase 1 unit of commodity X, that means he is spending 20 rupees on commodity X. So how much is remaining? 80 rupees is still remaining with him. So he can purchase 8 units of commodity Y. So in this case, the entire money income of 100 rupees will be spent. So these are all the combinations his budget is allowing him to purchase. Okay, so 1 to 6 combinations are the possible combinations available to the consumer. So based on this, we can write the budget equation of the consumer. So the budget equation is I is equal to Px into X plus Py into Y. So what is I here? I is the money income. Okay, so that's what we have written here, isn't it? So this is what is here. I is the 100 rupees. 100 rupees. Price of X is 20 rupees multiplied by X quantity 4 plus Py is the price of Y is 10 rupees and quantity is 2. So this is the entire money income of 100 rupees is spent. So this is the same thing whatever I have written in the numerical example here, the same thing, that is the equation. So I is equal to Px into X plus Py into Y. That means for this entire money income is spent on certain quantities of commodity X at that prices of commodity X plus certain quantity of commodity Y at the price of commodity Y. So Px is equal to price of commodity X, Py is price of Y, and I is the money income. So the entire money income is spent on commodity X and commodity Y. Okay, so this is the same thing. If the consumer spends his entire money income on X that is combination 1 in our example. So we have already checked, he can get 5 units of X and none of Y. So in this case, what will be the budget equation? So here the entire money income I is spending on commodity X. So I is equal to Px into X. In that case, Y is equal to 0. So you rewrite it, X will be I by Px. So that is 100 divided by 20. He is purchasing 5 units of commodity X. So what is the other extreme? On the other hand, if he spends his entire money income on Y, that is in our example combination 6, he can get 10 units of Y and none of X. So how did we arrive at the 10 units? So in this budget equation, I is equal to Py into Y and X is equal to 0. So rewrite it, Y will be I by Py, that is 100 divided by 10 is equal to 10 units of commodity Y and none of X. So what the rational consumer wants to do, a rational consumer would want to have both goods X and Y, which is represented by all the other combination. So on the one extreme, we are having all the entire money income is spent on commodity X, that is I by Py. On the other hand, the entire money income is spent on commodity Y. Okay, I by. So these are all the two extremes. So based on this, we can draw the budget line of the consumer. So let us move on to the diagram, how we are arriving at the budget line. See, budget line or price line, they both are the same. Okay, so now you can see in this diagram, x-axis and y-axis as usual, good X and good Y. So one extreme, he can either purchase 10 units of commodity X, that is marked by P. Okay, and then another extreme, he can purchase 5 units of commodity X, that is marked by alphabet L. Now you join these two points P and L. You join these 2 points, you are getting a straight line. So PL is the budget line or the price line. So the consumer can purchase any one of the combinations that is lying on the budget line. Okay, so these are all the other combinations which we have checked between first and the last extremes. Okay, so any one of the combination the consumer can purchase which is lying on the budget line. The consumer will not choose point K. Why you will not choose point K? Because it represents underspending. Because if he chooses point K, that means he is purchasing lesser than what his budget can afford. He can purchase more units of commodity X and commodity Y. So when he can purchase more units of commodity X and commodity Y, Why should he be satisfied with lesser units? So again, rational consumer will not do that. Rational consumer wants to get maximum satisfaction. So that is again another reason we are assuming consumer is rational. So combination K is not it's again absurd. It's ruled out. Combination H is point H is also ruled out because it is beyond. You can see that it is beyond the budget. His budget is money income is and the prices. It's not allowing him to choose point H. Okay, so any rational consumer can purchase any one of the points that is lying on the budget line. Okay, so this is what is known as budget line. So you can, this is also called as the price line. So PL is the budget line or the price line. So this point we already mentioned. P is the commodity Y is 0 and point L represents commodity X is 0. So join these two, you are getting the PL. So we have already seen that P is equal to I by PY, and we in the equation we have checked I by PX. So mark those points. First draw the PL and then mark those points. Against P it is I by PY and against L I by PX, and mark those points on the point, mark the point K as well as mark the point H. Okay, now the explanation of the diagram. You can see that in the above diagram, PL is the price line or budget line. So if the consumer spends his entire money income on Y and none of X, he could get OP units of Y. So this is OP, isn't it? This OP units of X, sorry, of Y. So that is what is represented by I by PY. Okay, if he spends his entire money income on X and none of Y, he can get OL. So he can buy OL units of X or I by PX. Okay, so point K represents underspending. So this point represents underspending by the consumer, and point H is beyond his budget. Point H is the beyond the budget of the consumer. So the consumer can purchase any of the combinations that are lying on the budget line. So based on this, the slope of the budget line or price line is equal to, so how do you derive it? Derivation. So derivative OP divided by OL. So what is OP? I by PY. OL is I by PX. So I by PY divided by I by PX, or you rewrite it I by PY into PX by I. So what is happening? Both i's gets cancelled. So the slope of the budget line is PX divided by PY. So this budget, so this budget is very essential. How the consumer attains the equilibrium based on indifference curve analysis. Okay, so this budget line is essential to determine consumer's equilibrium based on indifference curve analysis. So at the point where the indifference curve is tangent to the budget line, okay, so at whatever point the budget line is tangent to the indifference curve, that is the combination the consumer will attain the equilibrium position. Okay, so only tangent, you know, the only one point on the indifference curve, the budget line will be tangent. So that means what is indifference curve? His preference will also be matched with the along with this budget. So that combination the consumer will choose and he will be in the equilibrium position. So that's why this budget line is essential to determine consumer's equilibrium based on indifference curve analysis. Okay, so this is the answer. If you have any doubts, please mention them in the comment box, and you can, this budget line or price line you might even get for 2 marks. Okay, so if you find this video useful, please like, share and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so until my next class, take care, bye bye.